YouTube, hope you're having a great day today. I just got some Dunkin'. I got the vanilla bean colada with whipped cream, and I also got some munchkins, so yummy. I thought I'd come on here and just say hello, but also talk about like a couple of things that are going on in my life right now, kind of like a journal vloggy journal, a journal, or a vogel. Anyway, the Lord has been showing me a lot of things about my growth right now. And as a consequence, I realized part of your growth and healing is that you actually become more emotionally reactive because you don't tolerate as much crap, so to speak. So, for example, I got really upset over something that seemed minuscule. But actually what it was is my nervous system reacting to the deeper layer, because usually I would just suck it up and be like, you know, basically I felt dismissed and like gaslit. I don't like using that word, I feel like it's overused, but essentially that's what it was. And then now I realize that like I don't entertain that anymore, and that's why I'm like, my higher self or whoever I was actually reacting appropriately to that. And so I realized I'm no longer available for that type of energy. But as a consequence, I'm getting more irritated. So that's healthy. Whereas before I would suppress and just deny it myself, like deny my reality. Now I'm like, no, my inner world, like I'm up here. My tolerance was down here. Maybe my tolerance was, this is the sweet point, but my tolerance level was like here. And now I realize like, bruh, this is where it's at. And so it doesn't get that high and low, so I don't get burnout. Anyway, so I'm treating myself today for my healing. But yeah, that's really fascinating. And I learned too that, I don't know if anybody's ever seen the movie Inside Out. I really love those characters, and it's really great if you have a hard time visualizing and understanding emotions and their purpose and honoring them. And one of the things that I feel like I learned yesterday in particular, I realized how much I resist fear and how much I make decisions to avoid things instead of letting them have space. So long story short, I've learned that I accept fear, and ironically my nervous system calmed down. I didn't try to fix fear. I didn't try to manage it or control it or push it down, or I didn't merge with fear and become fear. I actually let it be there and acknowledge its purpose, honor it, and then I went back to center, to me. So that was really fun. And that was like an eye-opener. It's like very obvious, but in the moment, a lot of times you can do all the things, do all the healing, have everything, but in the moment, my nervous system actually registered to just let it be there. And then ironically, I felt better. The fear was still there, but it wasn't the dominant energy. My presence was more, my calm, my centering, my clarity. It was really cool. It was just hanging out over there. But yeah, that was really, really neat. And is there anything else I wanted to share? I'm like 2 visits away from Dunkin' being boosted status. And basically that means I go to Dunkin' too much. Okay? So you have to visit like 12 times, and I've visited 10 times already. I've actually visited more, but you have to wait an hour in between each visit for it to count. So that tells you I've probably visited a lot more in a month's time. So yeah. Hope you guys are having a lovely day, afternoon, or night, whenever you're watching this. I'm having a lovely time. Like, life's good. Life's very chaotic and very stressful right now, but like, there's that breeze. I'm just a calm center. I'm flowing with the breeze. Also, I straightened my hair for the first time in a very, very long time. So I'm trying to get better on my self-care game. my hair, yeah, everything. Also, I have this really cool patch of like, look at that, isn't that cool? This like white hair clusters. I have a lot of gray hair, white hair underneath, and I used to dye my hair, but I read in Proverbs, I believe it's Proverbs, that gray hair or white hair is a sign of a righteous life. So this is my wisdom hair. But yeah, isn't this cool? I feel like this is a really cool like witch moment. Like it looks very spooky in the season, but I kind of like it. But I never part my hair on that side. I've debated to like go back to dyeing my hair, but I don't know. I just kind of like it. I feel like it's a way of honoring what God allowed me to go through, and it's wisdom, and I don't want to cover up my wisdom, because if I were to dye my hair, it would, like, if I dyed it like I usually dyed it a dark burgundy color like this, it would be that color, you know. It wouldn't actually be a tint, it would literally be that color because it's white. But I really like this. I feel like that's my superhero patch, my superhero hair. Anyway, I think that's all I'm going to say. Thank you guys for tuning in. Leave me a comment, like what's going on in your life that's really like crazy, but you're just like, I'm gonna float and just ride the wave, you know, what's going on in your life, and you're like surprisingly calm. I feel like I'm surprisingly calm for the situations that I'm going through right now. And isn't it weird? Like, it's kind of concerning that you're not concerned about how you used to be overly concerning. Does that make sense? Like, I'm reacting calmly to my overreaction because I know the overreaction is actually protecting me, because before I wouldn't react. And that was the unhealthy part. I would just grin and bear it. But basically, I'm not avoiding conflict anymore. I'm leaning into it. So yeah, just comment like where in life you're growing, you know, and like maybe like what's your favorite Dunkin' order or Starbucks. Like, here on my channel, we welcome all of that. I am not picky when it comes to things. I just like the reward system better here, and the donuts better because I like cake and donuts. And anyway, I'm rambling, but I will see you guys in the next whenever I feel inspired. But I hope you guys know that you're loved and cared for, and just know that God is with you wherever you go. He's gone before you. He is with you right now, and he's been with you through everything, and you don't have to rely on your own strength. You can lean on him, and he'll provide an outlet and a way for you. See you guys later.